In this video, we will talk about network maintenance process and procedures. Network maintenance procedures are the steps to establish procedures that fit an organization's need. So, for example, you need to identify network maintenance tasks, you need to recognize and describe the advantages of scheduled maintenance, you need to evaluate the key decision factors that affect change control procedures, describe the essential elements of network documentation and its function, plan for an efficient disaster recovery. Also, you need to describe the importance of network monitoring and performance measurement as an integral element of a proactive network maintenance strategy. So let's talk about some of the common maintenance tasks. First thing is accommodating adds, moves, and the changes. So networks are always undergoing changes, guys. So as people move and offices are changed and restructured, network devices such as computers, printers, and servers might need to be moved, and configuration and cabling changes might be necessary. These adds, moves, and changes are a normal part of network maintenance. The second common task is installation and configuration of new devices. This task includes adding ports, link capacity, network devices, and so on. Implementation of new technologies or installation and configuration of new devices is either handled by a different group within your organization or handled by the internal staff. Another common task is replacement of failed devices. Whether replacement of failed devices is done through service contracts or done in-house by support engineers, it is an important network maintenance task. We also have the backup of device configurations and software. This task is linked to the task of replacing failed devices. Without good backups of both software and configurations, the time to replace failed equipment or recover from severe device failures will not be trouble-free and might take a long time. The next important task is software upgrading or patching. Okay, so network maintenance, guys, requires that you stay informed of available software upgrades or patches and use them if necessary. So critical performance or security vulnerabilities are often addressed by software upgrades or patches. Another common task is network monitoring. Monitoring operation of the devices and user activity on the network is also part of a network maintenance plan. So network monitoring can be performed using simple mechanisms such as collection of router and firewall logs or by using sophisticated network monitoring applications. Another common task is performance measurement and capacity planning. Because the demand for bandwidth is continually increasing, another network maintenance task is to perform at least some basic measurements to decide when it is time to upgrade links or equipment and to justify the cost of the corresponding investments. This proactive approach allows one to plan for upgrades before bottlenecks are formed, congestions are experienced, or failures occur. And the last thing we will talk about is writing and updating the documentation. Preparing proper network documentation that describes the current state of the network for reference during implementation, administration, and troubleshooting is a mandatory network maintenance task within most organizations. So network documentation must be kept up to date. And lastly, we will talk about planning the network maintenance. Okay, this involves preparing for and executing tasks to ensure network reliability, performance, and the security. So we have some key steps for that. The first step is assess requirements. You need to identify what needs maintenance first. Hardware, software, configuration, whatever it is. And then you need to perform impact analysis, evaluating how maintenance will affect network operations and the users. The second step is scheduling the maintenance. You need to choose off-peak hours to minimize the disruption and estimate how long maintenance will take and plan accordingly. The third step is communicate. So you need to inform users and stakeholders about scheduled maintenance and potential impacts and provide progress updates and post-maintenance reports. In the next step, you need to ensure that you have the necessary tools and access for the maintenance tasks. You need to perform backups of configuration, data, and other critical information in this prepare resources step. The next step is execute. You need to perform the planned maintenance tasks according to the schedule and watch for issues during and after the maintenance to ensure the stability. And the last step is review and document. This is about evaluating the maintenance process, outcomes, and any issues encountered. So you need to update the network documentation and logs with changes made and any issues addressed. So in summary, planning network maintenance, guys, involves assessing the requirements, scheduling the tasks, communicating with the stakeholders, preparing resources, and executing the plan, and lastly reviewing the process. This ensures minimal disruption and effective management of network health and the performance. Alright guys, that is it from my side for this section, and thank you so much for listening to me.